Hey everyone, welcome back to the Analytical Coding. In today's Time Intelligence Part 5 video, we will be covering two important functions and they are parallel period and same period last year. So let's get started. So firstly, parallel period. So this function shifts the dates by a fixed interval, either month, quarter or year, forward or backward. Coming to its syntax, we can see here the first argument is the dates, that is a column that contains the dates, and the second one is the number of intervals, that is the intervals to be added or subtracted from the dates. If we provide the positive number, the intervals are added, and if we given the negative number, the intervals are subtracted. Okay, and here the interval can be month, quarter or year. So this parallel period function returns a table of dates shifted by that interval either forward or backward. So let us see an example to understand this clearly. So here I have written a measure where we will be calculating the sum of orders amount, and here I have given the filter as parallel period, and the first argument is cal auto date. So here the cal auto is my date table, and here I am adding 1 month. Okay, now let us add this measure into this table of dates. So whenever I add this measure, you can see for 1st December 2024, this orders next month is returning the total order amount of the next entire month. So for January, we are having 86,000 order amount, and that exact amount is being displayed for each date of December. You can see here. So this parallel period will not only return the exact date after the specified interval, but it considers the entire interval and returns those dates. So here for 1st December, instead of giving 1st Jan 2025, this parallel period function returns the entire month, that is entire Jan month. And then this calculate function calculates the sum of orders amount for the returned range of dates by the parallel period. That is for entire January month, this calculate function calculates the sum of orders amount, and that is being displayed in front of all the dates of December. And similarly, in case of January, you can see it is returning the total orders amount of February. Okay, let me show that. So you can see for February 94954. So that is being displayed for each and every date of the January. So this parallel period, instead of returning the exact date after or before the specified number of intervals, it returns the continuous set of dates from the starting of that interval to the ending of that interval. So now if I provide year instead of month, okay, so now let us see what this function returns. So here you can see for each and every date of 2024, this particular parallel period returns the entire year dates of the next year. So here you can see cal auto date, and we have specified 1 year to be added. And in the 2024, whenever a year is added for 1st Jan, this returns 1st Jan 2025. But parallel period will return the entire range of dates in that interval. So in that interval means here the year is 2025. So the total number of dates are 1st Jan 2025 to 31st December 2025. And the total amount is 354624, and that is being displayed in front of each and every date of 2024. So in this way, parallel period returns the entire dates of the specified interval. So now let us see the difference between the parallel period, dates in period, and also date add function. Okay. So now here we have given the parallel period for 1 month. Now let us see same example with date add function. So here I have written the similar function for date add, and here again I am adding the 1 month. And now let us add this measure into our table. And here you can see, so for 1st December, this date add function will return 1st Jan 2025. And on 1st Jan 2025, we have orders amount as 4230, and that is being displayed. And on 2nd December, we do not have any orders amount for 2nd Jan 2025, and that is why it is blank. So in this way, for each date, this date add is calculating the next month date, and it is returning that particular date's order amount only. And if in case here in this date we have provided a month instead of date, then this date add will return the entire month value. But here we are giving the individual dates instead of the entire month. So that is why it is also returning the individual dates from the next month. In that way, we are calculating the orders next month. And that is the functionality of the date add function. And now let us see how dates in period is different from these two functions. So here again I have created a measure using the dates in period similar to that of parallel period. So the first one is the dates column, and the second argument for dates in period is the start date. So here I have mentioned it as the selected value, and again I'm adding the 1 month. Now whenever I add this particular measure into this table, you can see, so on 1st December, from the 1st December add 1 month. So that is why it will be taking the entire December month, and in December we do not have any sales, that is why it is returning blank. Okay, and for 2nd December, the 1 month will return from 2nd December to 1st January. So on 1st Jan we have 4230, and yes, 4230 is being written. On 4th, you can see for 4th December 2024, dates in period will return from 4th December to 3rd January, and we have values from 1st Jan and 3rd Jan. The sum of these two is being displayed here. So in this way, from the start date until the next month, the value is summed up and shown here. So you can see the clear difference between the parallel period values, date add values, and the dates in period values, even though we have used in the same interval, that is 1 month, right? I hope you understand the difference between the parallel period, date add, and dates in period. Now moving on to the next function, that is same period last year. So this function returns a table with the same period, that is same range of dates in the previous year. Suppose if your visual is filtered to Jan 2025, this function returns Jan 2024 dates. So here you can see in this syntax, it is taking one argument, that is a column containing the dates, and it returns a table containing the date range from exactly 1 year before the given context. So let us see an example to understand this clearly. So I have written a similar measure calculating the orders amount, and I have used this same period last year cal auto date. And now whenever I add this measure into our table, you can see for 1st Jan 2026, same period last year is 1st Jan 2025. And yes, that is the value displayed here, right? And again, for 3rd Jan 2026, same period last year is 3rd Jan 2025. And yes, 3184, the same value. Okay. And now let us see here in the date, I am using the date hierarchy, and instead of everything, I wanted only month and year. Okay. Now here you can see for 2026 January, we are getting 86040. And here you can see 86040 is the Jan 2025 order amount. That means for Jan 2026. So here the period is January 2026. The same period last year will be January 2025. And yes, this function is calculating the orders amount for the same period, that is January 2025, and it is calculating that total, right? And similarly, if I provide only the year, so here 2026 I have given, and for the 2026 same period last year, it will be 2025. That 2025 total orders are 354624, and you can see this. So here this same period last year, it do not take any interval like month, year or quarter, but it will be calculated based on the context we have provided. Okay, so here we haven't provided the interval, but whenever I have provided the context as a single date and months and year, you can see this is calculating the same period for the last year. So this is how same period last year function works. I hope you understand these two functions clearly. If you found this video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.